Hollow cheeks, normally a sign of beauty. Frequently models have hollow cheeks. Certainly most mannequins are designed with hollow cheeks, high cheekbones, and the higher your cheekbones and the hollower it appears underneath. But is this just a God-given thing, or is it something you can develop and you can change? Well, I clearly think it's not just a God-given thing. This is something that you can clearly change yourself. The cheek, and the particular part of the cheek that's hollow, is where the buccinator rests, and the buccinator is a muscle that's designed to help infants suckle. Now, most infants never move from infantile suckle to an adult swallow. They're introduced to food far too early, and the food they're introduced to is far too soft, so they never have to. I've suckled a Big Mac. It was a messy affair, but I managed to do it. It took a lot of water, and it took me some time. But it's quite possible to suckle right the way through life into adulthood. The effect, so it will crush in your dental arch because the size and bulk of the buccinator muscle, but of course the buccinator muscle will not only protrude on the inside, but it will protrude on the outside, giving you these full cheeks. And frequently people say, well, I'm just a little chubby in my face. But that's not true. You do have a buccal pad of fat, but generally it's muscle, and it's muscle creating that chubbiness. And what's interesting when you look at those individuals, of course, they have a narrower dental arches because the thickness of the cheek with that enlarged buccinator is much wider. So not only does it bulge on the outside, it bulges on the inside, narrowing the dental arch. We take someone like Julia Roberts here, who has a good face with hollow cheeks, but is noted for having this really broad, wide arch, dental arch, and a wide, broad smile. And of course, what you notice is not only does she have this really broad, wide smile, but she's got hollow cheeks. Now, the two would seem to go against each other, except they don't, because what's happened is the cheek itself is very thin. You've not used that muscle, and when you don't use muscles, they get smaller, they atrophy. And so this is what's happened with Julia Roberts. She's got this great big broad smile, while at the same time she's got these hollow cheeks. And that is achievable because you just need to stop, you need to change. By stopping using the cheek, the buccinator, in a swallow, the cheeks will, over time, hollow out. The most important thing is to have the tongue fully up in the roof of the mouth, for the tongue not to be between the teeth. Because, of course, if the tongue's between the teeth, you need to activate, you need to recruit the cheeks to engage the tongue, to resist the force that the tongue's pushing out with. So it's important to change your function, and you change the function of your swallowing pattern, then you change the function of the buccinator muscle. If the buccinator muscle doesn't do as much because of this, your cheeks will hollow out.